Did you know that what you eat today could potentially decide if you'll clearly remember your loved ones' faces in 20 years from now, or not at all? Here's the shocking truth. Studies show that nearly 1 in 9 adults over 45 already experience memory problems, and what's even scarier is that your brain can start declining as early as your 30s. And yes, not all of them have medical histories. So what can be the reason? The food. But there is also a bright side to it. You can actually protect and even strengthen your brain by simply adding certain foods to your plate. It's not boring salads and bland meals. I'm talking about delicious everyday foods that science has proven to sharpen memory, slow down aging, and even reduce the risk of Alzheimer's disease. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly which foods to eat if you want a sharper, younger, and healthier brain for life. Why the brain declines? Major reason you need to know. Before we jump into the foods, let's quickly understand why the brain declines in the first place. Visualize this with me. Your brain is the control room of your life. It's made up of billions of neurons, tiny messengers that send signals so you can think, remember, and feel. But over time, stress, poor diet, and aging create something called oxidative stress, which is basically like rust building up in your brain. Add reduced blood flow, which starves your brain cells of oxygen, and you've got the perfect recipe for memory lapses, brain fog, and eventually cognitive decline. Now, here's the exciting part. Certain foods can literally fight this rust, boost blood flow, and give your neurons the nutrients they need to keep firing on all cylinders. Let's start with the first one. Fatty fish and omega-3. Did you know? People who eat fish regularly score higher on memory tests than those who don't. Here's the breakdown. Imagine your brain cells are wrapped in a protective bubble. If it breaks, your memory and brain are in danger. Now, for this bubble to stay strong, it needs healthy fats, and that's where omega-3 fatty acids come in. Fatty fish, such as salmon, mackerel, sardines, and tuna, are rich in omega-3 fatty acids. Research shows these fats make up almost 60% of your brain's structure, especially the membranes that protect your neurons. Without enough of them, your brain literally struggles to communicate. And here's the cherry on top. Omega-3s don't just protect your brain cells, they're also amazing inflammation fighters. Why does that matter? Well, chronic inflammation has been tied to everything from low mood and memory slips to Alzheimer's. In fact, one study published in Neurology found that people who ate fish just twice a week actually had larger brain volumes in the areas linked to memory. In simple words, adding fatty fish to your plate can literally help keep your brain bigger, sharper, and healthier as you get older. So the next time you're planning dinner, maybe skip the fried chicken and grill some salmon instead. Trust me, your future self will thank you. Food number 2, berries. Here's something that might surprise you. A single cup of blueberries can deliver the same brain-protecting antioxidants as 5 servings of broccoli. Yes, you heard that right. And of course, blueberries are nicknamed brain berries by neuroscientists for a reason. Berries, especially blueberries, strawberries, and blackberries, are loaded with anthocyanins, which are natural plant compounds that not only give berries their vibrant colors, but also protect neurons from oxidative stress. In one landmark Harvard study, women who ate berries regularly delayed memory decline by up to 2.5 years. That's like turning back the clock on your brain just by eating something sweet and delicious. Not just that, berries also improve communication between brain cells, almost like upgrading your internet connection from sluggish 3G to high-speed fiber optic. So whether you toss them into your morning oatmeal, blend them into a smoothie, or snack on them fresh, know this: You're feeding your brain one of the most powerful natural shields against aging. And honestly, this might be one of the greatest gifts you can give your future self. Imagine sitting by a quiet lake years from now, smiling as a beautiful memory from decades ago comes rushing back. In that moment, you'll have berries to thank for keeping those precious flashbacks alive. And of course, thank me too. Food number 3, leafy greens. Now, let's talk about the food that your mom probably begged you to eat as a kid. Leafy greens. Spinach, kale, broccoli, arugula. These green powerhouses are like natural multivitamins for your brain. And if you're someone who leans a little too heavily on supplements, this is for you, because just 1 cup of spinach a day can actually give your brain more protection than some of those pricey pills. That's because the leafy greens are rich in folate, vitamin K, and beta-carotene, all linked to slower cognitive decline. In fact, a study from Rush University Medical Center found that people who ate just 1 serving of leafy greens per day had brains that looked 11 years younger than those who rarely ate them. That's not a typo, 11 years younger. This is how these nutrients help you. Vitamin K helps with forming brain cell membranes, while folate reduces homocysteine levels, a compound linked to brain shrinkage and Alzheimer's, and beta-carotene acts as an antioxidant shield. Together, these nutrients protect your neurons like armor. So, yes, leafy greens might not always feel as tempting as pizza, but in reality, they're like youth serum for your brain. But of course, you can always make them more exciting. Try tossing leafy greens into a colorful salad with fresh fruits. It brightens the flavor and makes them so much more enjoyable instead of feeling plain or boring. Food number 4, nuts and seeds. If you've ever heard the phrase brain food, it was probably about walnuts. And for good reason, walnuts are literally shaped like tiny brains, and they're packed with omega-3s and vitamin E. As we already discussed, vitamin E is a fat-soluble antioxidant that has been shown to slow down age-related memory decline, but it's not just walnuts. Flax seeds, chia seeds, and sunflower seeds also provide healthy fats and antioxidants that help your neurons stay sharp. A study published in JAMA found that higher vitamin E intake reduced the risk of Alzheimer's by 67%. That's massive. But how can we make them easy to intake without feeling pale? I have got you covered. You can sprinkle flax seeds into your smoothies, snack on almonds instead of chips, or add pumpkin seeds to your salad. These tiny foods pack a punch and could be your secret weapon against brain fog. Here's a pro tip for you. Try to take just 5 walnuts every day, as these are enough to improve memory and concentration. Food number 5, whole grains. Science says people who eat whole grains daily are 47% less likely to develop memory problems later in life. Your brain may only be about 2% of your body weight, but it uses 20% of your body's energy. And what's its favorite fuel? Glucose. But not the kind you get from candy or soda. Your brain thrives on a steady supply of slow-burning glucose from whole grains like oats, brown rice, and quinoa. However, refined carbs and sugary snacks cause energy spikes and crashes, which is why you feel foggy after a sugar binge. Whole grains, on the other hand, release glucose gradually, keeping your brain fueled for hours. Plus, whole grains improve blood flow to the brain, and better circulation means more oxygen and nutrients reach your neurons. Imagine running your car on premium fuel instead of low-grade gas. That's the difference whole grains make to your brain. So if you want consistent focus, better memory, and more mental clarity, start swapping out white bread for whole grain bread or adding quinoa to your meals. Food number 6, hydration. Now, here's something shocking. Even mild dehydration, just losing 2% of your body's water, can impair memory, focus, and mood. Your brain is about 75% water, and when you don't drink enough, your neurons literally struggle to communicate. That's why dehydration often feels like brain fog or confusion. And it's no myth, your brain actually shrinks when you're dehydrated. Studies show that students who drink enough water before exams perform better on memory tests. And older adults who stay hydrated are less likely to experience confusion and memory lapses. So here's the simplest brain hack. Drink water throughout the day, carry a bottle with you, set reminders if you need to, and remember, your brain can't function at its best if it's thirsty. Ask yourself this: if protecting your brain is as simple as drinking enough water, is that really too much to ask? The best part? It's free. And even better, it's anything but boring. Try to drink at least 8 glasses of water every day to keep the balance. Now, let's wrap it up with something truly groundbreaking: the Mind Diet. Developed by researchers at Rush University, this diet is a blend of the Mediterranean diet and the DASH diet, specifically designed to protect brain health. What's incredible is that people who followed the Mind Diet rigorously had up to a 53% lower risk of Alzheimer's disease. But here's the best part: even those who followed it only moderately still reduced their risk by 35%. Saying it simply, the Mind Diet can make your brain age 7.5 years younger, even if you don't follow it perfectly. This diet emphasizes everything we just talked about: leafy greens, berries, nuts, whole grains, fish, and even olive oil. It limits red meat, butter, sweets, and fried foods. In short, it's not just about eating healthy, it's about eating smart for your brain. So, if you want the ultimate blueprint for lifelong memory and focus, the Mind Diet might just be the most powerful tool science has given us so far. Remember, you're not powerless against memory loss. Every bite you take is either feeding your brain or draining it. So the question is, what are you going to put on your plate today? If you found this video helpful, hit that like button, share it with someone you care about, and don't forget to subscribe for more science-backed health tips. Your brain deserves it.